to your Daily 5 for Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. At this point, I should probably just start a sub-series of fives that are headlined by the words, see, it's not the tools, it's the people behind them, because I feel like we're going to just keep getting stories like this. But you know what? I'm going to highlight them because it's just very important to keep focusing on the fact that it's not the tools, it's the people behind them. And in this case, as you might have guessed, we are talking once again about generative AI, and in particular about an individual named Jason M. Allen. Now, you may not remember, but Jason M. Allen had submitted a digital painting to a Colorado digital art competition. Well, actually, it says here digital art competition. Oh, yeah. I don't remember what prize he won. This was a year or two ago. I don't remember exactly when it happened. But he had not revealed that he had used the tool Midjourney to create much of the work, or at least a large portion. I don't know what the percentage would be. I don't know if you can even break it down that way. But essentially, he had crafted a series of prompts, taken the image, refined it in Photoshop, and kind of gotten it to where he felt it was worth submitting, and then won a prize. I don't think he won the first prize, but I think he won one of the first three, maybe, second place, something like that. Then the information came out. A lot of people got very upset, and he very clearly said, I didn't break any rules. I won the contest. It didn't say I couldn't do this. And in that respect, he was right. As far as I understand it, I remember reading about it at the time. I don't think I did a 5 on it, but maybe I did. He didn't break any rules. He highlighted the fact that there were rules that if people didn't want this should have been in place. They weren't. Therefore, he did nothing wrong. That part I have no real issue with because that's a rules problem, not a creator problem. But then he went on and started to have a bit of what I can only describe as a bit of a superiority complex about, his relationship with these tools and what he can make with them. Ending in a beautiful quote, which goes, and I am directly quoting here, quote, "Art is dead, dude. It's over. AI won. Humans lost." End quote. That particular one statement, much like others I've highlighted here, reveals the true evaluation of human creativity by this person, which is to say that clearly the human element of creativity is either completely lost on this person or doesn't mean anything to them. And that immediately tells me, okay, this is not a person whose opinion means anything. And interestingly, Allen is now very upset because, people are taking his work and they are selling it, they are repurposing it, and he has no legal recourse to make any money on it. He can't license it, he can't copyright it because, as has been going on almost since the beginning of these tools exploding, there is no clear legal decision on where copyright of generative AI works is. They haven't figured it out because it's a very difficult thing to try to figure out. And now he's got a lawyer and he's saying all kinds of things about, and this is what's fascinating, from somebody who said AI won, humans lost. Now this individual, this human being, is saying that the problem with the Copyright Office not recognizing the work that he made is they are discounting the human element of it. That's interesting. The person who said that humans lost is now suddenly very upset because his human value is not being incorporated into his creative output. Gee whiz. If that's not karmic boomerang, I don't know what is. And so, look, I don't normally like to delight in, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it. I've heard people say schadenfreude. I've heard them say schadenfreude. Whatever it is, the delight in others' suffering, I'm generally not a big fan of that, but in this particular case, yeah, you know what? This is funny to me to hear somebody who was so utterly and disrespectfully dismissive of human artists when he was riding high and getting a prize and getting a lot of attention and interviewing in the New York Times to say things like he said, and now, now he's starting to see that maybe there is some humanity to art and creativity and that human beings should be a factor. But interesting that he only came to that particular religious revelation, or whatever you want to call it, after his work was being sold by others, in a sense doing what he did, except now he's being deprived of value and money and compensation. And now he seems to be very upset about it. So, yeah, this is the problem, as it always has been, as I've said many times. It's not the tools, it's not the creative output. Don't get me wrong, there are issues in there, there's legality that has to be figured out, but in the end, what is most galling and terrible about what is going on with generative AI is people like this. It's that simple. Later.